All right, Shalom.
All right, go ahead.
It's Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? And how are his hidden things sought up?
Go ahead.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived you and prevailed against you.
Yeah, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And we were just going into that by the way of the Holy Scriptures. Okay, in the book of Isaiah, the Lord said he will make Esau bare, and he will uncover his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. All right, go ahead. And Salakia, this went offline, brother. So Salakia. Go ahead.
It say, and they that eat thy bread have laid a wool under thee. There is no understanding in him.
Yeah, there's no understanding in him. Go ahead.
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Yeah, so the Lord said he's going to destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau. Because ultimately Esau is finished. Oh, the scriptures say, is there wisdom no more in Teman? You know? Because Esau is showing a sign of failure right now, man. He's showing that, you know, no matter what he does, he's failing. All right? You got these people, they 144% believe in what the higher ups are telling them. You got people driving around with face diapers on, man. Go ahead. What's up, man? How you doing?
And all thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Okay? And that's why Esau is afraid to attach on to his real biblical nationality.
I explained to him later.
All right? Because if they come out and admit and say, yeah, we're the Edomites, then we're going to be able to go into the scriptures and say, well, wait a minute. You're destined to be destroyed. You're destined to be exterminated. So that's why they never want to hold on to that biblical nationality of being the Edomites.
That's right.
Go ahead.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Yeah, so it says to the Edomites for the violence against thy brother Jacob. All right, who is Jacob? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true children of Israel. All right? You came from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay?
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
Right. Now there was a time where we were in what? Physical slavery in this society. Now it's more of a mental slavery. Okay? But in order to understand why those things are happening, you have to understand the curses of Deuteronomy 28. All right? Go ahead.
In the day when thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that strangers carry away captives, his forces and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them.
Yeah, that's talking to Esau, even thou as was one of them. Now, I want to ask you a question since you stopped. Do you know your biblical nationality?
Yes, I come from the side of Judah.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All praises to the Most High. That's beautiful. Because, you know, the majority of our people don't know, so I just wanted to ask you. But that's beautiful that you know that. That shows the times that we're in. You know? So, all right, that's good, man. Yeah, you know you're an Israelite. That's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
They say, but
I think, I'm sorry.
No, you
go
good?
ahead, go ahead.
Because I had to correct a lady the other day, and she was saying, I said, you know, I said, you run around here and you're calling yourself Christians. I said, you don't realize it was a pagan who named you a Christian in Antioch.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're children of the Most High.
Yeah.
And that's why they hate us. That's why they hate us. I was
Yeah,
looking for you brothers. I caught you because I just coming from Orlando.
Okay.
And I just want to.
Oh, you see some brothers down there?
Oh, man.
Yeah, we got a camp down there.
Yeah, oh man, I had a wonderful time. And then the next Saturday I went back.
Yo,
Yeah.
The next, sorry. No, that's okay.
Don't forget.
Go ahead.
And then the next Saturday I went back. But they had gave me a address where I could come and take some lessons and stuff like that. Do you brothers got the same set of here?
I wonder.
With some brothers who take
So
lessons.
what was they like? What was their apparel? Remember?
Hold on. Yeah.
Hey, you guys make me.
Hold on.
So yeah, we basically got
Y'all gotta excuse me because I ain't got
Nah,
some
you
pictures
good,
in my
man.
mouth right
What's
now.
all
Alright,
good,
man.
bro? Need help.
You know, it's beautiful. We got an older Israelite man here who knows who he is. You know.
And I was gonna get that song to Solomon where I say how they found the truth.
Yeah. Strings, yeah. You know, the fact that we're waking up in these latter times, and you know, that shows that the Most High is getting ready to end this society, because the Lord said that the children of Israel will what? They're gonna awake in the latter times.
It's beautiful for older Jake to get it because a lot of older Jakes can't get it.
They
And
stubborn.
believe me, I've been searching. I've been searching for this. No, I practice
The Lord
Islam.
brought you here.
Yeah, I practiced Islam for 15 years.
Wow.
Got baptized as a Christian.
Yeah.
But I studied to show myself approved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I understand that those people behind those pulpits, those pastors and those preachers,
Yep.
they don't even know the truth.
They don't.
They don't even know. I'm trying to find something.
So do you know if it was IUIC or was it Great Millstone?
I think it was IUIC. if I'm not
IUIC they had on
mistaken.
purple?
Yeah, and
Okay,
I got some pictures. That's what I was.
Yeah, we familiar with them. They you know, they out there teaching that we're the Israelites. You from Buffalo? You from here?
Yeah. I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know.
You can't even hear them.
Well, man, we know who they are.
Oh,
We know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
We're
got
normally
all.
out
I
here
didn't know
every
your
Sunday,
number.
and not because you know.
Yeah, not the, yeah.
Not Sunday.
Because I was finna say, now wait a minute, wait a minute.
That's just when our schedule is convenient for like, because we don't work and stuff on those days. So, and if we do work, we can still come out and teach. So,
Okay.
the reason why we out here today is because something happened Sunday. So we came out on a Wednesday. But we normally out here every Sunday. Now we do gather during the week to do lessons and things of that nature. But
Can I get a number? Can I get a number? Or like the something?
you ever go on YouTube?
Yeah.
You
All right.
right out loud.
I'll write the pages down for you. And then,
It's the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. This show you where you will find the truth at. It say, by night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loves. I was shy. I sought him, but I found him not. I will rise now and go about the city and the streets, in the broad ways. I will seek him whom my soul loves. I sought him, but I found him not. The watchmen that go about the city found me. Who the watchmen? To whom I said, saw you him whom my soul loves? But he said, it was a little, but I passed from them. But I found him whom my soul loves, and I held him, and I would not let him go until I had brought him to my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. So like, the truth is out in the street, and that's where the Lord said, go to the highways and byways and bid them to the kingdom.
Yes.
The marriage.
Yes. Man, I feel like because all my friends, they done either passed away or they done moved on, but when I seen y'all, I'm like, man, listen here. Lord.
It's all YouTube.
Okay.
I gave you like 6.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that's crazy because you said you practice
Yeah, for
using
15
it.
years.
See, a lot of us, when we was younger, we used to go to church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, we used to go to church. We used to think that we was learning something, but we really wasn't. You know, and then like you said, you practice Islam, and that's beautiful that the Lord brought you out of that.
Yes.
Because really what it comes down to is our spirit, we're Israelites.
Yes.
So no matter what you're practicing or what you're into, if the Lord wants to call you out of that to bring you into the truth, that's what's going to happen.
Yes.
You know, and I'm pretty sure once you heard you was from the tribe of Judah, that the spirit really like resonated. Like you felt like you know,
Yeah.
like you woke
Yeah.
up.
Because what advantage when you get out of being a Muslim? That's what I'm saying. And even
But it's the same thing with the Pharisees did when
right.
when Yeshua was walking the earth. It's the same thing that they did with that. You know what I'm saying? And how they try to make it look. Anyway.
yeah, but see when you come in, when you find out you're
I'm
an
gonna
Israelite,
get some beer too. I'm gonna say, look, I'm gonna give you some.
Uh-huh.
I want me some because I know what they say about the fringes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then listen, check this out. I was looking. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Sorry, bro.
So I was listening to dude the other day, right? And he was a castaway, bro. He was from the mountains up here, Edomite, you know.
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah,
I was
yeah.
listening to him, and so he was saying, and to show you how y'all brought it all together for me, because I was wondering, you know, the clothing. But do you know that different fabrics
Yeah, that's the
carry
thing.
different,
Yeah,
not only
vibration.
that, but yeah.
Vibration.
And I said, oh man.
That's why it's in our law that we're supposed to wear one fabric.
Yes.
That's why it's in the law.
Yes.
You know, the Lord said that. But you know, we got to understand that we're still in captivity.
Yes.
So those are the type of things that the Lord will pardon because we're under grace. Now, once the kingdom of heaven is established, when you read Hebrews the 8th chapter, the Lord said He's going to write the laws in our inward parts. So that's when we're going to be perfect, when the kingdom is established. But right now, what we have to do is we have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Like there's some laws that we can keep, you know, like absolutely no excuse. So like the Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
You got a job, right? Okay, you don't have a job. So if you did have a job, all right, we work on the Sabbath. Because if we didn't go, we can't call off every week and say, hey boss, I can't come in.
Yeah.
It's the Sabbath. They'll fire you.
Yeah.
But that's because we're in captivity. So some things we have to do.
but you can't go around eating pork. That's
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
filthy animal.
There's
Yeah.
there's laws that you can keep, like you got a
And them
beard.
shells too. Them things come out the sea that all that.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. So, but there's laws that you can keep, like shit, like growing your beard.
Yeah.
That's good. You can grow your beard out.
I ain't
That's-
never shaving it again.
Yeah, that's good. You're not
Never,
supposed to.
I'm gonna eat and get way down. I ain't never shaving it
That's
again.
beautiful.
That's what
Yeah.
we want.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
We wish we had beer stuff.
Yeah.
Now me, I can't grow facial hair. Whatever. I can you know, all men don't have beards.
Yeah.
So I wish I could though.
Now,
But-
now let me ask you, because I'm gonna cause, listen. Because when I went into service, I was 17 years old when I went into service, right?
Oh, they had you butt naked.
Yeah, but listen, and I wasn't getting no action. Excuse me. I wasn't
Yeah,
getting no- So one of the older guys on the ship, because I was in the Navy, he said, "Start shaving." He said,
See?
"Start shaving."
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there, not saying that.
Oh, you
but-
saying it made it grow?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah. That's what they say.
Yeah. So,
But it's, in the military, they don't let you have none of that.
well, you can grow the beard, but when you go through that boot camp, but now you have to get a medical. You have
Okay.
to have a medical
Okay.
thing, so you know that. Yeah, but.
Yeah.
But,
But real quick, what I wanted to say is
Okay,
there's
okay.
laws that you can keep, like growing your beard like you got, right?
Yes, sir.
You can control what you eat, right? So the Lord has a dietary law in Deuteronomy and in Leviticus, where you only eat clean things, you don't eat unclean things. Those are things you can control. Committing adultery,
Yeah.
right? That's something that you can control.
Control that.
You
all
don't
that
sleep with another
fornication.
man's wife.
No,
Yeah.
no. Or another woman if she ain't my wife.
Nah.
Well, that's different because if a woman is single, say you got a wife and a woman is single, you can deal with single women.
Yeah.
Because King Solomon, remember, King Solomon had 700 wives.
And his daddy was something else too.
You know?
Yeah.
And 300
Yeah.
concubines.
Okay.
But what you don't do is you don't deal with married women because that's adultery.
Okay.
You don't sleep with another man's wife. But you can have more than one woman as long as that woman is not betrothed or married. Because really, when you think about it, it's natural for a man to have more than one woman.
That's true.
That's natural.
Yeah.
You know, we're not supposed to be tied down to one woman for 50 years.
Right.
No, that's not. That's why the Lord made more women than men.
Right.
You know,
Oh,
as long as a woman is single and not betrothed, you can deal with her.
Okay.
All right, now I wouldn't go out and get 4 wives.
Oh,
That's
no.
gonna be a headache.
Yeah.
In this society,
Yeah.
you know. But once, like I said, once the kingdom is established and the Most High sets up paradise, we gonna live, man.
Yeah.
We gonna live.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, sir.
It's the book of Romans.
with no worries, with absolutely no worries. You're not gonna worry about your gas getting cut off, what you gonna eat today. You know, none of that crap, man. We're gonna live like kings and priests, man.
Like we was
You know?
meant to live.
That's right.
Yeah. Like we was created to live.
Yes.
It's,
Yeah.
just going into what I was saying with advantage.
You want both?
Or so on and so forth. It's the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew? That's a question. Or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way. Chiefly because that unto them were given the oracles of the Most High. And for what if some did not believe? Shall their uneffect make the faith of Yahweh without effect? God forbid. Yea, let Yahweh Bashem Yahushai be true, and every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So the advantage of being an Israelite is in every way, much every way. It's in every way, much every way.
Oh, get Romans 9. And we'll tell you another, the most important advantage of waking up to your nationality, because even though a lot of our people don't believe that they Israelites, you still an Israelite.
Still an
Yeah.
Israelite.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can say, no, I ain't an Israelite. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got,
According to
Yeah.
your bloodline.
I got into it with some Christians and shit. Like I was coming from time, and they was on the corner preaching at this microphones and all that.
Speaker, yeah.
I'm like, so like I wasn't even going that way. I was like, I'm going that way now. I was like, yeah. We started going into it. I was telling them how it was for Israel. And they were saying, it was like I had read a scripture. And they said I was taking it out of context. I had read Acts 5:29.
Yep.
And they said I was taking it out of context. And I said, okay, fair enough. Even though I wasn't,
Yeah.
I said, fair enough. So then they read, get Romans 9 and 10 and 9. Then they said, they read Romans 10 and 9. So I was like, hey, y'all taking, I can say the same thing. Y'all taking that out of context. And it's like, how? Well, I was like, well, read the first verse. So read Romans 10 and 9.
Romans chapter 10 and verse 9. That if thou shalt confess with thy mouth that Yahweh Shai, and thou shalt believe in thine heart that the Most High have raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved.
So that's what they hit me with, that is for everybody. I was like, well, read the first verse.
Yeah.
Romans chapter 10 verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
So they was actually taking it out of context, because when you read the first verse,
It says that Israel might be saved.
Now listen, you know what really jumped out at me? John 17. When Yahshua made the prayer, he said, I don't pray for the world.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
pray for the
That's a
world. But
fact.
yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and
That
that's
was-
really, I was
that
like,
was a prayer for the elect.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, my friend, I was
Yeah,
like,
I pray for them, I pray not for the world.
Yeah, not for the world.
Yeah.
But now that last one you had, that was that Romans 10 and 9, right?
yeah.
Okay, because Romans 10 and 9 says,
No, that's the one, that first one you had.
First one,
Romans
point,
10 and
yeah.
1. That's okay, that's what it is. Yes, sir.
and then go to Romans 9 real quick.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 1. I say the truth in Christ, I lie not.
The Apostle Paul speaking.
Yes.
But
Now, the beautiful part about this is you'll have people read these books like Colossians, Corinthians, Thessalonians, right? Romans. People that don't have understanding of the scriptures will say, well, Paul's writing to other nations, right? But those were Israelites that were scattered in Corinth,
Galatia.
Galatia.
Yeah,
Those were
yeah.
Israelites. So
Yeah.
Paul was not writing to other nations. Paul, Romans, those were Israelites in Rome.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead. So that's the.
But we was all over.
Exactly. We
we
were
was
scattered.
Now listen, let me ask you. That was part of that curse, but
Go
the
to it real
scatter.
quick. Yeah, that's good. Deuteronomy 28:64. And then get Romans, just for edification. Because Deuteronomy 28:64. Because you know, but it's good to write the scripture down.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know exactly where to go.
Yeah, bro, check me out, big bro. Check me out. I mean, man, listen, right?
And that's good that you know you're
I'm
trying
closer
to study.
I'm closer to the exit than the entry. So I'm trying. Listen. 'Cause this is over with. I'm 60 years old.
It's over,
This
bro.
over with.
Hey, you know what's beautiful? So you
Say
said-
that in the scripture.
Yeah.
You're supposed to
You
6
60
times more.
You're
See
60
here, big bro. You get to it.
Yeah, the strong speak
Yes, sir.
words.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know what's beautiful? Since you an older man,
Yes.
you've witnessed different times in this society. So I'm pretty sure when you was 10 years old, right? That was 50 years ago.
Cool.
Things were different,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But you witnessed different times. That's why it says with age comes wisdom to certain people.
Yeah.
You know. So that's
Yeah.
good.
64.
Now this is one of the main curses that you mentioned. Go ahead.
And the Lord scattered thee among all people,
Among all people. Go ahead.
from one end of the earth even to the other.
So that's why Paul was going to all those
Different
different nations,
places,
because
yeah.
Paul was a Benjamite. Paul was of the tribe of Benjamin. So, and remember what Paul was finish that.
It said, Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And thou shalt serve other gods, which neither you nor your fathers have known.
So when the Lord scattered us among those other people, those other nations, he said we was going to serve their gods.
Yes.
You know, and that's what you see our people doing
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Worshiping other gods.
Yeah. But
So,
I didn't get it. I didn't get
yeah,
it.
you know, and
Hey,
that's
we
good
did
you
it, bro.
repented.
Yes.
Now, what I want to say is this. That's why, like I said, Paul was of the tribe of Benjamin, but he was going to those Israelites scattered in those foreign lands, telling them, yo, you got to come out of that. Like the church of Corinth. They was worshiping idols, doing all types of crazy shit. And that's, excuse my French,
Yeah,
and that's why the Apostle Paul was going there to bring them up out of that.
Yeah.
It even says it in Corinthians that you were Gentiles carrying them to these dumb idols.
But even when Yahshua, when he said, I come for the lost.
The lost sheep of the house of
Because
Israel.
remember the woman asked him, he said, no, this ain't for you.
Yeah,
And
that's
she said, well,
back-
can I get the scraps from that fall from the, he
Oh,
said, even the
John-
dogs.
John
eat
4.
the-"
Okay,
John
yeah,
4.
yeah, yeah.
John 4 and
I do a little reading.
John 4.
Oh, that's good. The scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth.
Yes.
You gotta read it.
Yeah. How you doing?
Go ahead. Whatever you got. Yeah. The real image of our Lord. And that's another thing, man.
It's
This is the real image of our Lord. According to the scriptures. You know?
Yes. Yes.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, that thou shalt call them to mind among the nations, whither the Lord hath driven thee.
Yeah. I'm saying you too. You said Israelite. I said you too. Okay. Yes, sir.
It say, and it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curse which I have set before thee, that thou shalt call to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord have driven thee. And thou shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I have commanded thee this day, you and your children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity into compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whether the Lord thy God have scattered thee.
And that's why, now somebody might say that's the Old Testament. We can go to Matthew 24 and 30, and it says the Lord is going to gather his elect from the four winds.
And he never did that. He hadn't done that yet.
Right.
It's a prophecy that hasn't come to pass.
Yeah, that's a future prophecy.
That's what he's working on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is time to come
Yes,
here.
sir. Yes, sir.
It say, if any of thine be driven out into the uttermost parts of the earth, or parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Because some can't teach. That's why you got to be careful who you listen to. Because some can't teach that, oh, you got to go over to Israel now. You got to flee Babylon to go to Israel.
Yeah.
But But the Lord said, wherever you at right now,
Yeah.
that's where He's gonna get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you gotta have faith in that.
Yeah.
That means they faith is small.
Yeah.
Because they went and flee. Now they over there getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know that over there in Israel today, those aren't the real Jews.
No.
Yeah.
Like the Caucasian people,
yeah,
those
with
aren't
all
the
of
real.
that.
Those are Edomites.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of people saying,
Stole everything from us,
Yeah.
man.
I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I'm gonna move to Canada, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. No, you ain't got. Or I'm going to Africa.
Now, I want to ask you this: Do you know how do you know how the Lord is going to bring the destruction? Do you know how it's going to happen? When the Lord said He's going to destroy this place with fire, do you know how that's going to happen? All right. Well, you know what ICBM missiles are, right?
Yes.
Thermonuclear missiles.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's how it's going to happen. Give me the apocrypha real quick.
That's the book.
Yeah. The apocrypha. Because the first time, you know, of course, during the time of Noah, the Lord brought a flood,
Yes.
right? The flood. That was known as the first death,
Okay.
right? So the second death, as a matter of fact, go to Revelation first. This is about the lake of
Can I
fire.
take a picture?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
This is for my own.
Oh, yeah, it's all good.
If anybody wanted, they can get it. But for me, this is for me. I mean, I got to share though. Because
Yeah, it
it's
wasn't
freaking
a
out.
good thing, but I counted it.
You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right.
Bro, I ain't gonna try to get you, okay? Because I know how some of us. I ain't got nothing but the picture.
17.
I can see it.
Right, I would either shit. I didn't like that shit, whatever, you know.
What I was saying was the Lord, the first death was the flood, right? With Noah. And the second death is going to be by, of course, the scriptures say fire, right? And that's going to be by way of thermonuclear destruction, World War III. Okay? Because the scriptures tell you in Exodus 15:3 that the Lord is a man of war.
Yeah.
So the Lord is going to gather these nations together for World War III. Okay, even if you pay attention to the media, these different nations have been testing missiles, building up their nuclear capabilities, X, Y, Z, because that's how this place is going to be destroyed, which we're going to read that in the scriptures. So that's the second death that's going to be by way of fire. All right, and that's why the Lord has these different nations building these things up. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Now, just so he has the correct understanding, go to verse 2.
It's Revelations 18:2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. It is fallen and become the habitation of devils.
Do you know what Babylon is? You know what Babylon is?
Right here.
Right here, exactly.
here, yeah.
So now in Revelation 18 chapter, it says Babylon is fallen, meaning that this place is destroyed.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's become the habitation of devils and the home of every foul spirit and cage of every unclean, hateful bird.
Now the reason why it says unclean and hateful bird, because once the missiles destroy this place, it tells you, I think it's in Isaiah, that there's going to be creatures like birds and all that can survive in those type of desert-like situations. So it actually names them, like owls, satyrs, different birds after the destruction hits. So really that's just talking about fowls.
Okay.
Right? Go ahead. And every unclean and hateful bird. Go ahead, verse 3.
For all nations have drunk of the wrath of the wine of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
That's talking about the other nations. That's why these different nations, like the Arabs, they come over here, they make money, right? The Chinese, they come over here, they make money. Chinese shops, corner stores, right? And also what these other nations do is they take on the philosophies of America.
Yeah.
Some of them come over here, they become Americanized.
Yeah.
So they're drinking of the wine of this place. The wine is representative of
And he tell you in Colossians 2:8, he said, don't the traditions of man and the world philosophy, stay away from here, or they're going to try to dupe us.
Yeah.
They've been
And
duping
that's
me
what
for
these other
50-something years. Oh, boy. Wake up. Thank
That's
you
what
for
these nations
waking
do,
up.
that they drink of the wine of this place.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxing rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. people, that you be not partakers of her sins.
Now that's going into the deliverance when it says, "Come out of her, my people." That's going to us being delivered.
Okay.
Because the scriptures say that Babylon the Great, her sins reach up into the skies. All right. So when the Lord destroys this place, we're going to be delivered. We're going to come out of this place. Now, I'll ask you another question in a minute because that's important.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And that you receive not of her plagues.
That you receive not of her plagues, that thermonuclear destruction. That's a plague.
Yeah.
That's why these nations are building up their nuclear arsenal. Go ahead.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities.
That's right, talking about Babylon. Go ahead.
Reward her even as she rewarded you in the cup unto in double unto her. It say reward her even as she rewards you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she had filled unto her double.
Yep. Go ahead.
How much she glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, so much how she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. That's talking about Babylon. And that's what this place have done. This, when you really look at the history of America, America, Babylon the Great, as I like to say, the history is nothing but wickedness.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. Like, how was this place founded?
Yeah.
Bloodshed, wickedness, stealing, rape, robbery, and murder.
Yep.
That's how this place was founded by the so-called founding fathers.
Yeah.
Now, believe it or not, when the so-called white man took down the Native American Indians and the Seminole Indians, that was prophecy.
Okay.
That was biblical prophecy. That was the children of Edom taking down 2 tribes of the children of Israel. Right?
Okay.
So the Most High set the so-called white man up to take us down because we broke his law, statutes, and commandments. So we had to be punished. Right? We didn't go into slavery because they just took us into captivity. That was
designed for us to. Okay.
Exactly. Because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. That's in Deuteronomy 28.
Okay.
That real quick, go to Deuteronomy 28:16. That we was gonna go into Egypt again with ships. You ever heard that? Thou shalt. All right, go read it for you.
Okay.
You know, because do you know about the story of Moses when the Israelites was in captivity in Egypt?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead. We were delivered out of that captivity.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
The Red Sea.
The Exodus.
Moses, the Exodus.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, but this time on ships.
Okay.
Now, what's on the back of your dollar?
You mean that
There's a pyramid.
Yeah.
There's
With
a
the eye
pyramid.
at the top.
There's a pyramid.
Okay.
Now, why is there a pyramid on the back of the American dollar? Right? This is the new Egypt. Right? Pyramids are synonymous with Egypt.
Okay.
Now, do you know if you go downtown, you know what that thing is right there? They
They got them almost in every city.
That's called an Egyptian obelisk.
Okay.
Right? That's what that's called. They're all over America.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are synonymous with Egypt. The Washington Monument, that's an Egyptian obelisk.
Okay.
That big thing, that's the same thing as right there, downtown. It's the same thing.
Okay.
And you got them in other cities, right? So America, when you read, gotta go to Revelation real quick, spiritual side of Egypt.
Yeah. I got a real piece.
All right, go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6. I am the Lord, Yahweh, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Where Egypt going to bondage.
Okay.
So that's why I said we was going to Egypt, but they were ships going to
Going to
bondage.
bondage.
So the second time, it's going to be bondage the second time? too, when we
No,
go to
this the
ship?
bondage.
Oh, this the bondage. Oh,
Listen,
okay.
listen.
Okay.
The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Okay.
That was during the time of slavery.
Okay.
He came to America on slave ships.
Okay.
Because how did the Israelites get to Egypt before? I mean, get from Egypt. How did they get from Egypt? They didn't.
They walked.
They walked.
They walked.
Yeah, because Jacob, right? Well,
No,
Well,
they-
now, because I don't want to do. I want to make sure that I'm on the right page now. So the Israelites' first presence there was when the brothers sold Joseph. And then Joseph. Okay.
And then when they got delivered, they walked out of there.
Yeah.
So why would they catch a ship to there?
To get back. Okay,
Right.
I feel.
The ship they caught was from.
You gotta read out. You can't read in.
Right.
Okay,
Also-
yeah.
Also, when the Lord was born, when the Lord Yahushua was born, they was killing Hebrew babies.
Yeah.
And they told was it the angel?
Yeah.
The angel told
I can
Joseph.
get it real quick.
Yeah.
And you
to-
know,
to-
I find that ironic because they tried to do the same thing during Moses' time. You
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
When the sister had to float him down?
Yeah,
I said,
they
yes.
They told them to go into.
Yeah, I got it. It's the book of Matthew, chapter.
Your paper already filled up.
That's okay.
I know. I'm
I
just
got room
saying.
up here.
It's just coming
Yeah, I
out.
got room up here.
All right, this the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 12. And being warned of Yahweh in a dream that they should not return to Herod. Let's talk about the wise men.
Okay.
After the wise men visited Yahweh Shai, they departed into their own country another way. And when they departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto Joseph in a dream.
Joseph was who?
That was
The Lord's
Jesus.
father.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
right. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
All right.
Saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt.
So you know how they got there? Pete and Paul.
Yeah.
They walked.
I call him a Chevrolet. You share
Yeah,
one of
they-
your later order one. Huh?
They walked. They walked.
Wow.
You don't need to you didn't need a ship to get from Egypt to Israel.
Yeah.
You didn't need a ship. They can walk. So that's why in Deuteronomy 28, that was the prophecy of us coming to America on ships. You know, the Lord was going to bring us into bondage again with ships. We got to finish reading this, right? Go into more. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt.
And their dead bodies is representative of not physically dead, but mentally, spiritually dead. Right?
People out here.
Because really, if you don't know who you are, you're dead.
Yes.
You could be walking around heartbeat,
Yeah.
but spiritually you're dead.
It's like them zombie pictures they put with
Yeah,
Walking
spiritually
Dead.
dead.
Yes.
So it says, their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Which this place, America, is spiritually is Sodom and Egypt. What's Sodom? When you think of Sodom,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
they were
Yeah.
doing wickedness,
Yes.
freaky
Ooh,
acts.
They was off the chain.
They were homosexuals.
Yeah, and poor Lot.
Was people
Poor Lot.
Poor Lot.
Yeah,
Righteous Lot.
That's a
They
fact.
said they vexed that man. Ooh.
Yeah.
And it's just the same way
Ain't you-
today,
ain't you
though.
vexed?
See?
You see
Yeah.
it?
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Spiritually,
Right there, right there.
spiritually Sodom
Yeah.
and Egypt.
Well, right there. The Lord brought us an example. He
Yep.
brought us an example.
Roll it on
Yep.
live. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't even watch a commercial or TV without
Yeah.
seeing some freaky shit.
Yeah.
And look,
That's
and
wicked.
Yeah.
And look, when he was riding past, before I even pointed him out, he seen us and started shaking his head. He's the whole faggot.
Yeah.
He's shaking his head.
Yeah.
What is he shaking his head
An
at?
abomination. They call him an
Yeah.
abomination
That's right.
in the book.
But,
Yep.
but I get, but guess
A
what?
thing
When
that
he-
disgusts.
when he see wickedness, he
If
don't
I was
shake his
10
head
years
at
young,
that.
I. No, I don't.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? The Lord.
I was gonna say, you know what? That's a law that we can't practice right now.
Right.
Leviticus 20 and 13 says they're supposed to be put to death.
Yeah.
Read it real quick. But we can't. You can't
Yeah,
do
you
that
can't do it.
because we can't execute the Most High's laws in this land. You
But
can't
you
do
can
that.
do it though as long as you got you some lime and a shovel in the back of the.
Nah.
I'm just saying. I'm only
Nah, I
kidding.
get what you're saying. You
I'm only
joking.
kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
only joking.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lies with the woman, both of them have committed an abomination, and they shall surely be put to death.
So
Yep.
that's
That's that reprobate mind, and God knowing them as such, He left them in that
Romans
condition.
Yep.
Left them in that condition. Yeah.
now some people don't understand that when you see people with those type of spirits on them,
Yeah.
the Most High did that to them just so He could destroy them.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Most High, the Most High, He's the Most High. He's good and evil. He's perfect balance.
If before you go there, you know one of my favorite. Well, I mean, I love the whole book.
Yeah.
But what really made me know that I'm significant is when he said to Jeremiah, he said, "I knew you before I formed you in the belly." Huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
A relationship with the wall. No.
Mhm.
You know what's crazy?
Yes, sir.
You mentioned to us when we first asked you what your nationality was. We didn't even know you.
Yeah.
You said I'm from the tribe of Judah, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you said you practiced Islam for 15 years.
Yeah.
You was in the church. The Lord made you go through those things so you can appreciate. He said, this is what the Lord said when you was born. I ain't gonna wake this man up till he's 60.
Ooh. Thank God for the wake
So
up.
you went through 60 years of
Thank God
just,
for the wake.
you know?
Yes.
And then the Lord said, boom, now you're ready. Boom.
Yes.
And He gave it to you.
Yes.
But He still gave it to you.
Yes.
Don't matter when, I gave it to you.
Yeah, as long as
You know
I
what
ain't body
I'm saying?
bag and toe tag, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, give me ooh.
So that's beautiful. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 4. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, before I formed you in the belly, I knew you. And before you came forth out of the womb, I sanctified you and ordained you a prophet unto the nation.
Now one more Jeremiah 29:11. 29:11, sorry.
Yeah, that's that fire. That's that shit.
Yeah, 29:11. Yeah, huh?
Yeah, you wasn't expecting it.
Go.
Yes.
We're gonna take it
Expect
over
it.
here under
Okay.
this thing.
Okay, though.
It's raining a little bit.
Man, y'all sure made my day, man. Made my day. Because I got me over here living with all of these. That's okay, though.
We know that you're using the bathroom and shit over here, but
Okay.
we're gonna try to.
I'm trying to bear it. It's the book of Jeremiah 28 and 11. One of my favorite scriptures too. So, for I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not evil,
Yes.
to give you an expected end.
Yes.
Yeah, and that expected end He gave us was through the scriptures. That's
Yes.
why He gave us the prophecies.
Yes.
Because when you read, we're getting further and further away from where we're going. See, that's why, let me see, what are the examples? I think it's 46, 48 too. Let me see. Where's that? 48. Oh, yeah.
And it's no coincidence that the Lord had you run into us, man.
Yeah.
Because you was down in Orlando, you saw some Israelites.
Yes.
But now you back to where you actually from.
Yes.
So now you know where we at.
Yes.
We always right there, man.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
scriptures say man's wounds are the way of the Lord.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 48 verse 3. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them, and I did them suddenly, and they came to pass.
Yep. So, like I said, man, you know, don't be a stranger, man. We out here.
Yeah.
You know, if you said you don't work, right?
No.
So really, now if you tell us you don't work, we're gonna be looking for you.
Yeah.
Hey, where he at?
Yeah.
You know?
I'll be here. Now I can get your number if you want.
Yeah.
I can
No,
give you a
listen,
number.
man. We
Huh?
here, man.
Okay.
We want you.
Yeah.
You know who you are, so we
Yeah.
want you to learn and increase your understanding.
Okay.
Because this right here, man, this is the only way out.
That's it.
There's
the
no
way,
o-
the truth, and the life. No
Yeah.
other way.
There's no
Yeah.
other way. So
And then
this-
you hear what they're trying to do in the UK now with the one world religion, where they're trying to bring the mosque and the synagogue and all of that together. But they say you can't give any you can't give any bayat to Yahshua. Am I saying that right?
Yahweh
Yahweh Shai. They say you can't give no bayat to him though. But they want you to do them. No.
Yeah, they want you to worship other gods.
They done good with me, bamboo with me. I ain't going back there.
Yeah, man. And really, what it comes down to is faith. You have to stand on your faith 100%.
Yes.
You know, in these latter times, we can't bend or fold. We
Yes.
have to really stand on what we believe in.
Yes.
You know, we can't bend so we can If that, like for instance,
compromise.
Yeah, like for instance,
yeah.
they want people to take this
Ooh,
thing now, right?
jabbing.
Now, if you,
right.
Yeah, but you know what? Because I know what happened in the 30s down in Tuskegee, Alabama.
And
You know what I'm
that
saying?
and you gotta keep receive that out. You held on to that that wisdom that you see. You see it's the same thing.
And then remember when I was going to school, they used to always come up with these the smallpox vaccination. And ain't no telling what that stuff doing to us now.
Right.
I don't trust them.
Nope, I don't trust
I
them.
don't trust
them. That's why when you read Deuteronomy,
Yeah.
it said we was gonna get. When we was reading in Deuteronomy 28, it
Yeah.
said we was gonna get sold into our enemies.
Yeah.
They are enemies.
Yeah.
They still are enemies.
Love them more than we do our own kind.
Huh?
Some of us do. Yeah.
And that's just because of the curses.
Yeah.
That's just because of the curses. Because the curses said we was gonna hate each other.
Yeah.
But them is our enemies. Even the other nations, the Arabians, so-called Arabians, Chinese, them are our enemies.
And the Lord tells us no. He said Esau I've hated, but Jacob I love.
Yeah.
And now if he hated him then, ain't nothing changed.
Forever.
Ain't nothing changed.
That's right. That's right.
Also, if I'm mad, ever since they legalized giving people shots, autism, depression, all that has skyrocketed.
Yes. Yes. And they know what they doing.
Yeah.
They know what they doing.
Now let me say something real quick. Don't like I said. Now they saying if you get the thing, we don't. The reason why we don't say it is because they take our videos down sometimes.
Okay.
So we just speaking code.
Okay.
But they saying if you get the thing, there's benefits to that. You can go to a football game.
Yeah.
Oh, you can go into this restaurant. So effing what?
Yeah.
I watch football at home. I don't need to get that so I can go to a damn game. But what they're doing is if you have it, you can live so-called more comfortably. But you can't break your spirit just to live more comfortably.
No.
I gotta preach that.
If it's got to be harder, you got to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And you got to believe, and you got to trust in the Most High.
You gotta be like Shishak, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah.
How they
Yeah.
did.
Boy, they stood.
Yeah, and that's
They
what you
stood.
gotta
Bring
be-
it on. Bring the fire
Yeah,
on.
you gotta stand
They
up. It gotta
stood.
be certain at a point where it gotta be a line where you're not gonna cross.
You're not
you know
gonna.
what I'm
No
saying?
compromise.
It's like me. I quit my job,
Yeah.
and I quit it before the deadline. The
Yeah.
deadline was like another week.
Okay.
They
try to force you that mandate stuff.
Yeah, I said,
yeah.
fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Now they sent me a letter like, oh, are you coming back to work?
Yeah.
I no call, no show for a whole week. They sent me a letter like, we just wanted to know if you were coming. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. What? You didn't get the message on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you bring back the keys, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
And you got to
Yeah.
think about it like this. If they threatening your job, the Lord gave you the job you got now, He can give you another one.
Yeah.
You don't.
Everything I got.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
need. You don't need your job. Like you can get another one.
Yeah.
That's not the only job in the world.
And then push come to shove, we create our own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Enough
get
of us.
another one.
Listen. We'll make it. Listen.
The Lord said His servants are going to eat. The Lord said His servants are going to drink in the time of calamity, in the time of trouble.
What He said,
So
a
you-
child of his will never beg bread, huh?
Yeah, so you got to believe that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know?
I
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. I was going into how the brother was saying that all these benefits come along with
The thing.
with the thing.
That's a gift.
They're basically trying to gift you to submit to their these systems.
Yeah. And you know another one I like in Ecclesiastes too, when he said, now I might be quoting it wrong, so bear with me. When he said, with knowledge comes grief,
Yeah.
and much wisdom brings much sorrow.
Yeah.
And you know when
We
you
got a
look-
piece of knowledge,
yeah,
a piece of sorrow.
yeah, and you look at the human condition, the way they had.
And that's
That last one was Ecclesiastes 7:7, right?
yeah. You got something. Go ahead.
Yeah, this
Hey, it also says when you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. You know, when you come into this thing, the Lord is going to put obstacles in front of you to see if you can overcome them.
Yes.
He's going to try you.
Yes.
It tells you that in the Apocrypha that before wisdom can dwell in you,
Yeah.
it refers to wisdom as a she, Sophia. She's going to try you. So you're going to be tried out. The Lord might put you through some shit.
Yeah.
You might feel like, oh, I'm falling off. You got to hold on because that wisdom has to know that it can dwell in you. So it's going to try you out first.
That's just like now, baby boy. I ain't never been a big man, right? But my normal weight is anywhere between 140 and 155. In the last week and a half, I done dropped about 15 pounds, right?
Really?
But I'm eating like a horse, though. You know what I'm saying? But I know that sometimes the flesh will try to get you to go because the flesh and the spirit, they don't get along.
Nope.
They don't get along at all. So I'm just saying, man, listen, every night I pray, I'm fasting now, I'm praying and I'm fasting. Because I remember when he came down out of the mountains and he told them, and the apostles, they couldn't cast that demon out. He said, with some you have to pray and fast.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. He said, incorporate the fast. He said, don't worry about going to see none of them people. Incorporate the fast. He said, pray and fast, and whatever it is, it's going to come up out of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. Yes.
That strengthens your spirit as well.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 5.
Drinking my teas too.
Yeah, lemon ginger, that's the good stuff.
I got a bunch of them. I got the turmeric. I got the elderberry for the immune and the sweat.
That's good.
Yeah. I got a bunch of them.
Hey, the Lord created medicines out of the earth.
Yeah. Don't need to go get their stuff.
Yeah. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 5.
Hebrews 12.
And you have forgotten the exhortation which speaks unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord.
Right. Despise not the chastening of the Lord.
Why? Because those he loved, he chasing them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, glory to God.
Nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
Yes.
For whom the Lord loves, he chastens and scourges every son whom he received. Every son.
And you know another thing about the temptation? Somewhere in his word, I can't pinpoint it exactly, but somewhere in his word, he says, you will not tempt it beyond what you can bear.
Right.
So whatever temptation comes,
Right.
yeah, the way already been made, huh?
Because you gotta
Endure
look,
it.
you gotta look at your forefathers as an example. And your
Yes.
forefathers will be committing this book, like Joseph. When Joseph was ruling in Egypt,
Yes.
but prior to that, he was in jail for 13 years.
Look at it. And then from that, he was in the pit, from the pit to the palace.
Hey, I got a precept for you. Somebody just posted this. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 19. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous therefore and repent. Verse 21. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also have overcame.
Yes.
And am set down with my Father in his throne.
Yes.
Remember, the Lord Yahushua, he didn't want to go on that cross. He prayed to the Father if there be another way.
Yeah.
And the Father said, no, this is the way.
Yeah.
You got to go up there. And he had to do it, right? And he overcame.
Yes.
Because right now, he's not dead. He's very much alive.
Oh,
Sitting
yeah.
on the right-hand side.
Yes.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
He overcame that, so we got to overcome.
Yes.
The things that we going through, that ain't compared to what the Lord went through.
Nothing.
Ain't none of us being crucified and our bones
Thrown
being
in lions'
broken.
dens and stuff like
You
that.
know?
Yes, sir.
The
Yes, sir.
scriptures say the servant is not greater than his master.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
It's verse 7. It says, if you endure chastening, Yahweh deals with you as with sons.
Uh-huh.
For what son is he who the Father chastened not?
Right. So if you endure chastening, then he deals with you as a son.
Yes.
See, you got kids?
Yes.
Okay, so when your kids were younger and they did something wrong, what would you do? Chastise them,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That was for their own benefit.
Yes.
So you learn, you get better.
Yes.
Same thing with us.
Better
to
meet in the
Heavenly
crackers.
Father.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, no offense, no, but yeah, you're right.
Hey, but also that purges, that punishment, that fire that
Yeah.
the Lord is putting you through,
Yeah.
that purges you. That
Yeah.
purges all of those unclean spirits, if you will,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
among you.
Yes.
It say, but
Yeah.
if you be without chastisement, whereof we are all partakers, then you are bastards and not sons.
Ooh.
Furthermore, we have fathers of our flesh, which corrects us, and we gave them respect. Shall we not much more? Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits?
Yeah, so we
and
have
live.
and live. Yeah. Because in this flesh we have elders, right? We have elders that teach that taught us this truth.
Okay.
Right? I gave you the channels too.
Yes. I'm on.
Two of them are the elders channels.
Okay.
The Daily Edification 4
Okay.
and the Info Doc Channel 12.
Okay.
You know, those are men who've been in this truth for 30 plus years, man.
Okay.
30, and they taught us. You know, we walking down the street, we see these men, or some of us seen them online, and they taught us, and we grew and grew and grew till we were able to come out and teach.
Yes.
And it's like a ripple effect.
Yes.
So you know, that scripture said, read that part again. Earthly father, earthly.
Yeah. Verse 9, it says, furthermore, we have fathers of our flesh, which correct us.
Right, our elders, right? Go ahead.
And we gave them reference.
We give them reverence. Go ahead.
Shall we not much more rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live?
Now, that's the Heavenly Father and His Son. We're definitely 144% supposed to be subjection to them.
Yes.
That's the Father of spirits.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And live. If we're subject to Him and we're doing what He wants us to do, ultimately we're going to live.
Yes.
You know?
And that's one of the scriptures I be quoting on a regular. What did I go there for? What it says, Lord,
Go to Google.
Lord, your discipline restores me and give me life. And it's you that restore it. But that's that NLV. I try to stay away.
Yeah.
I try to yield cause.
Yeah. It say, for they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but He for our profit, that we might be partakers of His holiness. Now, no chastisement for the present seemed to be joyous, but grievousness. Nevertheless, after it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them that are exercised thereby.
Who that one was that?
That's Hebrews 12 and 11.
Oh,
Because when
Hebrews
you're
12
going
and
through it, you said what, John 8:41?
51.
Yeah, because when you're going through that chastisement, like even one time I got locked up out here teaching, and then I ended up having a warrant, and I was in jail for a minute. I was in jail for like 60 days, some crazy shit. And that shit was like previously, but after it, I was a better man because I ended up like reading the whole scriptures through, and it was like I was like way more on point.
Yes.
So it was like better. It was like I was meant to go in there.
Yes.
But at first, while I was in there, I was like, oh God. What did I do?
I feel you.
Hey, but that's a good example of
Testimony.
Yeah.
That's a good testimony.
I'm like, I'm out here teaching. I'm not like these people. I'm not no criminal.
That's a good testimony that the Lord put you through that fire to purge you and make you better.
This is John chapter 8 and verse 51.
John 8:51. Okay.
It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, if a man keep my sayings, he shall never see death. You know? So hey man, that's ultimately, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because we want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
You
some
know?
men on this earth right now that are not going to taste death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said, man, we out here.
Okay.
We out here.
Well, what time y'all used to get together
We normally get out here around between 11:30 and 12.
Okay.
All right, on Sundays, and we right here.
Okay.
You know, we're right there on the corner. If you don't catch us on Sunday, then most likely it'll be on a Wednesday. But
I can go on that that site anytime and get
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, don't forget, man. We right here, man.
Okay.
You know, so hey, we're gonna close up with that. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory
Yeah.
to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth. And shalom to the elect. And Lord willing, we'll see you brothers next week. Shalom.
Thank you.